Ghana's Electoral Commission has announced the commencement of an exercise to register newly eligible voters ahead of the 2016 general elections. This is in accordance with Regulation 9(1) of the Public Elections Registration of Voters, Regulation 2012, CI 72. This exercise is open to Ghanaian citizens who have turned 18 years recently and those who were above 18 years but could not register in previous registration exercises. Applications are required to, or applicants, I beg your pardon, are required to provide one of the underlisted documents as evidence of identification: a Ghanaian passport, driver's license, and also the national identification card and or an old voter ID card. The National Health Insurance card will not be accepted as an identification document. And to tell us more on this particular development is Christian Owusu-Parry, and he's Public Affairs Director of the Electoral Commission. He's joined us online to tell us how far the exercise has been. Good afternoon, sir. Thank you very much for your time.
Well, good afternoon to you, and good afternoon to your viewers.
All right, Mr. Owusu-Parry, how has the exercise been so far? I'm sure it began earlier today across the country. What are the information? What are the observations you've had so far?
Well, it's very early to say the exercise has taken off and that people are eager to go and register. But let me explain what the exercise is about. Right. This is continuous voter registration. If you look at the Public Elections Registration of Voters Regulations 2012 CI 72, it says under Regulation 9 sub-Regulation 1 that the Commission shall undertake continuous voter registration. This means that the Commission should put in place an arrangement that makes it possible for a Ghanaian who attains 18 years to walk to the district office of the Commission and apply to be registered as a voter. Since 2012, we've not been able to implement this policy. Now the Commission has been able to put arrangements in place, and so we are beginning the process of continuous voter registration. It is not a limited exercise that we're saying it will be over in a week or 2 weeks. It is something that we are going to do continuously until there is a change in the law and then something else come into force. Until that is done, anybody who attains 18 years can walk to the district office of the Commission and apply to be registered as a voter. So that is basically what the release is about.
Then we have had, from some of our viewers, is that the issue of publicity has come up quite strongly, and they were not informed, or there hasn't been any form of publicity to draw the attention that such an exercise has begun or will begin today. Is that something that has come to your attention, and how do we intend resolving it?
Yes, we have been told that we should have done publicity. Maybe people are expecting the usual jingles and the radio adverts that we do when we are having the limited registration exercise or the periodic registration. But the difference between this and the other registration exercises is that the periodic registration is usually over a limited period, and so you have to do some bit of intensive publicity for people to be aware, because if they don't participate, if they don't take advantage of that opportunity within a certain number of days, the opportunity is lost. But in this particular instance, because it is something we are doing and will continue to do for several years until the law changes, even though we did not put out any adverts or any prior notice, we do not think that people will be disadvantaged if we tell them through this press release that we are doing such an exercise, and that people can go and apply for registration. We intend to continue with education as the days roll on, and at every opportunity, be it at the assemblies or public gatherings, we'll alert the people that such an exercise is ongoing.
All right. I would have to leave it here for now. Thank you very much, Mr. Christian Owusu-Parry. He is the Public Affairs Director of the Electoral Commission. So if you are 18 years and above and were not able to register in the last elections, you might want to go and register. That is, if you want to vote or you need to vote, you have to go and register. And if you are also above 18 and you were unable to register in the last elections, you would have to go to their offices, the district offices, and you will be attended to.